Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. So DeAndre Jordan has officially opted out of his one-year player option with the LA Clippers, making him an unrestricted free agent, which pretty much means he can go and sign with whatever team throws an offer his way. Now, I will say, from DeAndre's standpoint, I feel like that's a smart move just because we have no idea how he's going to be in 1 or 2 years, just because of the sense that he isn't like an athletic-based center. So those guys do start falling off typically after the age of 30. It's like you can no longer heavily rely on the athleticism compared to some of the younger guys in the NBA. So assume that DeAndre Jordan accepted that player option for $26 million. Yeah, that would have been nice, but he might have like fell off big time. He might have not able to get as much money the next NBA offseason. So I feel like this is a good time for him to do it. He had one of his better seasons in the NBA. So his value is at an all-time high. I really do feel like a team is going to give him probably way too much money, probably the Dallas Mavericks. But it's a smart financial move for him. Plus, he gets to pick where he wants to go to, where if he would have accepted that player option, the Clippers probably would have traded him away, maybe to a team he didn't really want. So I don't see any reason why he should have accepted that player option. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, we are going to go through a few teams here that DeAndre Jordan would probably be a good fit with, assuming that this team was, these teams would be able to sign him. It's important to know last NBA season, he did average 12 points, 15 rebounds, and about 1 block per game. He's usually good for about 2 blocks out there, but his defense was not as well this time around. It happens though, man. Like I said, a lot of that just comes with age and things along those lines. Kind of be a little slower on your feet, and it's like a slower reaction time. Not saying it's like bitch ass 73 years old or nothing like that, but it's just how it is when it comes to these NBA players. Plus, he's probably not as motivated to on that current Clippers team. So the first team that I have listed is the Milwaukee Bucks. I feel like anytime one of these centers is in discussion being signed, have it be like a Clint Capella, Hassan Whiteside, DeAndre Jordan, the Bucks always need to look at these guys because their last center for the past however many years has been John Henson. I have nothing against John Henson. I think he's a little bit overpaid, and I think he would be better as like a 6th or 7th man off the bench, like the best big man off a team's bench for a championship caliber team. DeAndre Jordan comes on this team, they have so many playmakers between like Giannis, Eric Bledsoe, Malcolm Brogdon that DeAndre Jordan would get his lobs, the pick and roll game would be nice, and with these guys missing out here, man, DeAndre gonna go and clean it up in the middle, and I think he'd be very successful, not to mention he's also in the Eastern Conference, so might even make an all-star team, right? The next team I have is the Boston Celtics. When I think of the Celtics, I'm talking maybe like a 2 or 3 year deal, just because they've been kind of like craving a center like this for a while now. I mean, Al Horford's good and everything, but he is more of just like a finesse center while DeAndre Jordan's going to bang him down low, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like if we went to this team, not only would it be great for their draft pick Robert Williams because DeAndre is the same type of center as him, so he can definitely teach him a thing or two about his game. But also, you got a lineup of what? Kyrie Irving, another great point guard for DeAndre to play with. You also got probably Gordon Hayward at the 2, Jason Tatum at the 3, Al Horford at the 4, and DeAndre Jordan off the 5 with Jaylen Brown, Terry Rozier off the bench. That's one hell of a team, guys. Like, I love the idea of this. Will it happen? It all comes down to like the contract situation and everything like that. Okay, the next team I have, this one's kind of taking a risk because you really don't know what's going to happen with them, but that is the New York Knicks. The reason I say that is, for one, the big risk is that Kristaps Porzingis might be out for most of next season, so it's like, would DeAndre Jordan want to play alongside that? The team also picked up the option on Enes Kanter. While Kanter's a pretty good mid-range shooter at least, he does kind of need to operate down low. But if you were able to sign DeAndre Jordan to like a 2 or 3 year contract, then I think what the hope with that is yeah, this upcoming season might not be too great. The team will probably like tank to some extent, end up getting a good lottery pick, but then Kristaps comes back healthy, Enes Kanter is off the books, and who's been talking about wanting to play for the Knicks? Kyrie Irving. Kyrie with Kristaps and DeAndre Jordan next NBA season. I'd like to watch that team operate, man. I like to watch them operate. I just feel like, I don't know, there's no reason Kristaps can't play the center position. I just like him much better as a mismatch at the 4. So I think DeAndre Jordan would allow Kristaps to kind of play offensively and defensively how exactly he wants to. Okay, the next one I have is the Indiana Pacers. So the Indiana Pacers are really like 1 or 2 pieces away from really contending in the Eastern Conference. Man, I'm talking like getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and potentially even winning it. But also because the Indiana Pacers, they're more of like a group effort when it comes to rebounding. Miles Turner gets about 6 rebounds a game. Oladipo get about 4 or 5. So it's like DeAndre Jordan would come on this team, would be able to run the pick and roll with Oladipo. That'd be nice. But also, he would just be able to clean up the glass, grab the 15 rebounds per game. And Miles Turner, who I see more as like a stretch big anyway, could kind of roam the, could roam the perimeter on offense and defense. I think that would benefit his game greatly. Just kind of like focusing on scoring and playmaking and not so much on having to grab rebounds like DeAndre Jordan loves to do. All right, the next one we have is the San Antonio Spurs. Now, this is assuming Kawhi Leonard would come back to this team. If he doesn't, then it's like, okay, it's probably not going to happen. But I mean, you have a team of DeJounte Murray, probably Danny Green at the 2, Kawhi at the 3, LaMarcus Aldridge, who was an all-star at the 4, and DeAndre at the 5. The way this team operated last season, with pretty much just LaMarcus Aldridge and the supporting cast, they got to the 7th place in the Western Conference, only a few games out from 3rd. So you add those guys to the mix, and the Spurs are looking like probably one of the best basketball teams in the Western Conference. You know what I'm saying? Okay, next we have the Portland Trailblazers, and this once again, man, would be like a 2 or 3 season deal, nothing beyond that. Because right now, they have Nurkic at their center. Nurkic is good if you are rebuilding. Like, Nurkic is the kind of guy you want to develop when there's not really other, like, really good players on your team. But this team currently has Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. Those guys want to win now. They're both 20-plus point per game scorers. You add the veteran in DeAndre Jordan, especially, alongside some of those bench pieces out there, like the Zach Collins or the, who else, man? They also got, they got a few really good shooters at the 4 spot out there. So I think they would definitely make that work, and it would just be a nice veteran presence for Damian Lillard to have on the team alongside CJ McCollum. And for the final team, this one, man, I could probably get 2 out of this. Okay, I'm gonna say this, man. This is the final team that I have listed: the Washington Wizards. John Wall, Bradley Beal, Otto Porter, Markieff Morris, DeAndre Jordan. That's one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference, no doubt, man. The team just traded away Marcin Gortat for Austin Rivers. So thankfully, Gortat's out of there. The team's in the running for a center, and just like John Wall with DeAndre Jordan, once again, man, they got that point guard center connection going. Like, that is what DeAndre needs. He needs the really good point guard to kind of give him the basketball and, pick and roll situations and things like that. And John Wall could definitely be that. And this is kind of like I don't want to say the 8th team that I'm listing right here, but this is a team that a lot of people are talking about, the Dallas Mavericks. That's probably his best bet for getting as much money as possible, because I think the Mavericks definitely do have the money to spend. But as far as like winning right now, you're not going to win with the Mavericks. It's just, they're too far away. Dennis Smith Jr. is only going to his 2nd year. Luka Doncic is going into his 1st year. Yeah, he might be good and could even win Rookie of the Year. Being in the Western Conference, some of those other teams, it's like, it would definitely be a money move, which at this point, maybe that's all he cares about. Some guys just don't really care all that much about winning rings. And it's like, I feel like DeAndre Jordan has one more large contract in him, like a 3 or 4 year deal worth quite a bit of money. So even if he doesn't win a championship, he's just going out there ring chasing, then 4 or 5 years down the road, who knows, man, maybe the freaking Golden State Warriors will still be around. He can team up with them, win a ring, guys. But anyway, my friends, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this. Which team would you like to see DeAndre Jordan go to? Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.